Okay, today's gonna be a very interesting day. We're going to DC. I've not been to DC in like 2 years. A lot of craziness has happened. First off, we gotta take the metro over. I'm gonna show you what the metro looks like. Gotta put away the big camera because people kind of get like robbed on the metro. So. Well, we have made it to a metro station. Very odd. My entire life, every time I've ever gone to the metro, it's normally crowded and busy, and it was empty. There was like one person in our little car, but we are here. It's good to be back. It's very quiet. There's people here. It's not like a ghost town, but it's definitely not as hustle and bustle as it normally is. I always enjoy looking at all the wonderful architecture. Plan today, we gotta see the Cherry Blossom Festival. First, we gotta get something to eat. I wanna take you to one of my favorite places to eat in all of Washington, D.C. It's called Central Michelle Richard. They got an ahi tuna burger that'll change your life. So many restaurants and retail locations that are just closed now. Oh God. Like, the coolest thing about like eating in DC during lunchtime is like you see all the different congressmen and politicians just like eating at a table right next to you. But since everybody's like working from home, it's just kind of eerie. All right, and here we are, Central Michelle Richard. Okay, we're inside. Normally every single seat is normally full, but it's empty. It is the first crab cake in Maryland that I'm having. It smells delicious. So 2 crab cakes. They're sitting in a lobster bisque with like a Swiss chard on top. Solid crab cake. I think my favorite crab cake in DC is at the Old Ebbitt Grill. That one is amazing. But I've never had a crab cake with like the tomatoey lobster bisque. It switches it up, which is nice. It's like an elevated crab cake. Now normally I'm focusing on like the crab cake itself, but with this dish it's kind of like the Swiss chard, the lobster bisque, and the crab cake perfectly blends together. I think we'll do an 8.5 on it. It's here. The ahi tuna burger is here. This is one of my favorite things to eat ever. So you're gonna have the wonderfully seasoned French fries. Then you're gonna have like a brioche bun, and then you're gonna have like I think it's like a thin potato chip, and then I think there's gonna be like an aioli on top, and then I add bacon on top, and then just look at that hefty tuna inside. So good. Okay, there's the restaurant we just came from. All right, Justin, what'd you think? Was it good?
It was pretty good. Really good.
The ahi tuna burger, great as always. Those fries are like, imagine like the ultimate Five Guys French fries. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt on them. I think the last time I was here, I think they had seaweed on the ahi tuna burger, which I really enjoyed. So I hope they bring the seaweed back on top of it. But oh, I'm so full. It was so good. But it's also just so sad to see how restaurants are operating. It's like they can't pay the rent and servers can't make a living. Like, it was literally empty in there. It normally should be popping, like every single seat should be full. I don't know how people are doing it down here. Oh, I forgot to tell you, 10 out of 10 for the ahi tuna burger. And then the crab cake, 8.5. Decent crab cake, but not the best one I've had. All right, this is the United States Department of Justice right here. Over here is the FBI building. And if you're wondering what all these flags are over here, this is the United States Navy Memorial. So this is Pennsylvania Avenue, like the main drag in DC, and as you see, not too many people. Now there are a couple tourists. She's got to get her, her TikTok going on for Pennsylvania Avenue. All right, now we're over at the Federal Trade Commission right now. I don't think I've ever seen this sculpture. It is gigantic. Now, last time I was in DC, we went to the new ZAM, but it no longer exists. They closed it down forever. Now, I know a lot of you guys from Canada watch the videos, so here is the Canadian Embassy for you to see. I think the craziest thing is there's more scooters on the sidewalk than people. What is this? It kind of looks like a dog maybe, right? Maybe the ear, it's turning its head to us. We're on our way to the Capitol right now. A lot has happened at the Capitol. Here's a shot of the Capitol. You can kind of see all the fencing and everything is blocked off, so you can't get that close to it. This is weird. And it's weird because like normally coming here it's like, oh, it's the Capitol, let's take our photos, but it's like, I think we can all agree that everything that happened there was very disturbing and wrong. Now, my friend Justin is an expert jump roper. Is that an official word, Justin?
Yes, yeah, jump roper.
We're gonna shoot a little montage at all the monuments throughout DC, and then at the end I'm gonna show you the finished product of it. So now we're gonna start moving our way over to the cherry blossoms next. We're gonna get to see the National Mall. Now, all along the mall is all the Smithsonian museums. You know, we pay our taxes, so we get to go to the national parks, and all the Smithsonian museums are free. But currently, every single one of them is closed, which is kind of a big tourist draw for everybody coming to visit DC. So that's why not too many people are here, because all the museums are permanently closed until further notice. It does look like they're refurbing the Air and Space Museum. For most of my entire life, I thought the Air and Space Museum was spelled, I thought it was like Aaron, the name, and his last name was Space Museum. I didn't realize it until a couple years ago that it was Air and Space Museum. I'm sure I'm not the only one who got that confused. Maybe I am, but nobody corrected me when we went to field trips there. All right, now we're gonna go ahead into the sculpture garden now here on the National Mall. They have us entering in from the exit for some reason. I don't know. Now, I love art and different types of art. There's just some art that I don't understand, like this. It's just a glass. It's kind of like a fun mirror. Kind of like a little funky when you go by it. Do the doors close? No, the doors don't close. Okay, so there's wood and there's glass and yeah. Here they have some sort of like eggs. I feel like I'm walking through Alien right now and bursted out of these eggs. Ooh, what is that? An Uncrustable wrapper down there? I have many questions. Yeah, you got something going on with the butt, and when you walk around towards the front, there's that, and then that. Interesting. When I look at this, I literally just see a Mickey Premium. This is a pretty cool one. So fun little fact, on kind of the way out on the other side, one of my relatives actually has one of their sculptures here in the garden, which is pretty cool. Now, if you're ever walking through DC or the sculpture garden and you see this giant metallic metal man, one of my family members made it. The title of the sculpture, I don't think I can pronounce it, but there it is. So there's the sculpture, and then here's the sculpture garden that we were just in. All right, we're now gonna head into the Mary Livingston Ripley Garden. Now, I was worried there wasn't gonna be too much to do in DC, but there's like, there's a ton of these little hidden little sculpture gardens and little outdoor things that you can still do. Like, look at the flowers. Like, I'm gonna take off my mask real quick. I'm just kind of smiling right now. It's just like really happy and peaceful. Because DC, there's always sirens and it's kind of stressfulness going on, and you kind of come to a little garden like this and just, it kind of makes you happy. Like, how did just bright, vibrant flowers not make you happy? I think I'm having a little too much fun doing this photo shoot with little Kermie. Now, Justin, is it normal for a 25-year-old man to carry around a little plush animal to take photos with?
I don't think so.
What's wrong with it? Why don't you do it?
You know?
Now, I think the Embassy of Japan donated this little photo op for the Cherry Blossom Festival. I think this is my favorite one. This is just gorgeous. Look how vibrant the colors are. That is great. Okay, so just remember that. So currently, where we are, acquired in 1886 by the Department of Living Animals, buffalo were penned behind the Smithsonian Castle. That's crazy that there were buffalo right here back in the 1800s. Active March 14th, Smithsonian Museums in DC, including the zoo, temporarily closed. Been over a year. Wow. Okay, my head hurts really bad because there's like 1,000 ice cream trucks and they're all playing the ice cream music all at once right now. So from this ice cream truck, look at all those food trucks. They're all blaring that crappy ice cream music. Every time I see the monument now, I just think of Spider-Man Homecoming when he's all the way at the top. Back before everything happened, you used to be able to purchase a ticket. You would take a little elevator all the way up to the top. I've never done it. Maybe one day. See, the Lincoln Memorial is going to be over there. And just look how giant this thing is. I feel like there should be cherry blossoms everywhere at this point. I have a bad feeling that those are the cherry blossoms and all the blooms have fallen off. The problem with the Cherry Blossom Festival is it's so temperamental about like the weather, and it's only good for like a couple of days. I kind of planned the trip around like when the event was going to be happening, but I feel like it happened last week and everything is gone. All right, we're gonna go to the tidal basin to see what's going on over there because that's mainly where they are. We have found some blossoms. So this is what all the talk is about. So the Cherry Blossom Festival for this year is supposed to last from March 20th through April 11th. Today is April 8th, so I think it's kind of over. Damn, I'm sorry this has kind of been anticlimactic for y'all. Here's a couple cherry blossoms. They're just not like popping, you know? There's a couple. Well, as you can see, all the cherry blossoms are in the water, just not on the tree. Now the blooms might be gone, but this is still a pretty gorgeous view. I'm sorry, Justin, there's no cherry blossoms.
Well,
Don't
actually, there were cherry blossoms over there. You have to take what you can get and be positive when you can be.
There you go.
So
I like it. Well, at least there's still these beautiful tulips everywhere.
Exactly what I was saying, guys. Be positive.
Justin and I are pretty tuckered out. We're gonna hop back on the metro and then we're gonna go back to Rockville because Justin wants to show me this special cookie place. Will it be better than Gideon's?
Of course it will be.
We'll see about that. We are here. It's called Crumble Cookies. We've gotten the boxes. Now if you order 2 cookies, they come in 2 separate little boxes. I feel like this is the equivalent of like Sprinkles cupcakes if there was a cookie brand. Okay, so the first one we got is the Reese's. As always, I did a pull apart shot, see if there's any gooey, no gooey goodness. Have you ever been to Subway and gotten their cookies?
Oh no.
It's like a little bit better than the Subway cookie. 6 out of 10. 6. I'm sorry, Justin. This is his cookie spot. Okay, so the next cookie, it's a chilled sugar cookie. The Reese's one, it was warmed. It was slightly warm. It wasn't gooey, fresh, like, please don't fail me. The sugar cookie itself is kind of like a sugar cookie sawdust. It's not holding together very well. You can see it just kind of crumbling apart. The frosting's decent. I think it's slightly better than the Reese's one, so we're gonna do a 6.5. But for $4 for this cookie, what's your review of your sugar cookie that I'll let you try?
Okay, I have to admit, was not where it was at. I've only been here once before, but I was really impressed the last time I was here. This time, not so much. Maybe they have new chefs.
Now guys, we are back home. Very, very different experience visiting. I had a lot of fun hanging out with my buddy Justin, but DC just is not the same anymore. Now being from Florida, everything was kind of shut down for like a couple months and everything has pretty much returned to normal and is just operating as it was. You just wear a mask. So it was quite a culture shock going from like Florida to like seeing how like my hometown is operating. It's like night and day. I don't know how anybody's like making it or surviving in the hospitality field up there. It was insane. For a lot of you around the country and the world, you know, you're like, yeah, Kevin, that's how the country's operating. We're all on lockdown. It's different when you see it on TV versus like seeing it in person. Honestly, I wouldn't visit DC anytime soon with everything being closed. And it's just kind of like eerie. Like there's a couple people there, but like, it just doesn't feel the same. If you guys have visited DC lately, like let me know down in the comments, like what your thoughts were. Now this video is brought to you by Dennis. Thank you so much for donating on Patreon. Guys, on that note, I love you all. Please stay safe and I'll see you all on Monday. It's gonna be the Cartoon Network Hotel video and I'm so excited to share it with you. So I will see you then on Monday. Bye. Do you smell that? It smells like slimy politicians.